welcome back to the lab. This is Marcus. I'm Al. How's it going, folks? Right on. Well, hey, today we're gonna go over Marcus's top 5.
Let's start with the top 5. Actually, it was a suggestion from your lovely wife, our producer, Micah. So thank you. Shout out to you. Top 5 NBA players without a championship ring. It really made me sit and think, because there's 2 perspectives to do it. You could go from, eras that you haven't actually seen yourself, or, I'll just get into it. So
Yeah.
my top 5, I've got Sir Charles Barkley.
Yes.
Allen Iverson.
Draws a double team, finds Snow. Snow looks to drive, pulls up in the paint. Too strong. No! Allen Iverson. Iverson has Jordan. The crowd is into it. Allen shakes free. Gets her.
Yes.
Tracy McGrady.
No! Not that one, Mr. McGrady.
They call it a legal block.
With all the screens he's having to work over.
Tracy was really struggling. That goes the short route. Tracy McGrady with the slam and the foul.
Absolutely.
Carmelo Anthony.
Now that was spectacular.
I'm going to throw Elgin Baylor in there, even though I didn't see him play myself, like actually watch him. Just looking at his numbers, seeing the clips, the highlights of him, like, the dude was a certain year that they actually won the title. Like, he retired like 7, 8 games into that season. So it's just one of those things. But I'll throw the honorable mentions out, just, because it's a tough list, man. You got Reggie Miller, you've got Steve Nash, you got Jimmy Buckets, you got Dame Lillard. It's Grant Hill.
I say with guys like Jimmy Buckets and Dame Lillard, they still have a chance to get a ring.
Yeah.
So I would more than likely keep them off. Reggie Miller most certainly would be. Now, I've never seen Elgin Baylor play, but numbers are going to be the numbers.
Yeah.
But for me, I agree with Charles Barkley, absolutely. Allen Iverson, Tracy McGrady, most certainly. Reggie Miller.
Yes.
And then the 5th for me. The 5th, that's a tough one for me.
No.
Because I'm trying to think like who retired and didn't get a ring, or who's old right now that
That's
didn't
looking
get a
unlikely.
ring. Oh, shit. Patrick fucking Ewing.
Oh, that's the name that I knew. It was somebody I was forgetting.
Patrick Ewing. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
That's my top 5, definitely right there. Those players definitely right there. Like some of those young guys, again, Jimmy Buckets is still playing. He still has a shot. Dame Lillard is still playing, so he still has a shot. So I think some of those young guys still have a shot. But those other fellas, man, like, when you think of Tracy McGrady, had he not been injured, there's no telling what we would be talking about as far as he's concerned.
That's facts.
Grant Hill is another one.
Special. Grant Hill.
Yeah.
Chris Paul. And, he's one of the older guys, but he still has a chance. But
yeah, still, slightly. Like,
Yeah. Grant
yeah,
Hill was
dude.
special, though, man. Oh,
Man.
Grant Hill was so special. The injuries just robbed him of, like, everything he could have been.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Super sad for his career. Who's another one? I know there's more. I know there's some names we're probably missing because I didn't get a chance to, like, think about this.
Mm-hmm.
Because she had told me about this a few days ago, and I meant to send you that text, and I should have been thinking about it when she mentioned it, but that's my fault for blowing that up.
That's a tough one, though, because there's been some great players that, you know, for whatever reason, they didn't get that
I can
ring.
think, when I think of my time, I mean, like, these are just honorable mentions. My top 5 was just what I mentioned before. You got Rick Smits, Mark Price, John Stockton,
John Stockton.
shit, the Davis boys from Indiana back in those days who played with Reggie. Those guys, Charles Barkley, Derek Harper, Mark Jackson. I mean, depending on who you are, some of these guys might be in your list.
Kevin Johnson is too, another guy. Just thought about. KJ was special too, man.
Dude, he was phenomenal. I mean, dude, him, Charles Barkley, Dan Marley, those guys, they had a shot. But when you're going up against Michael Jordan, you're not going to win. You're just not going to win.
Nobody got rings in Jordan's era, like, unless he retired.
There was a difference. There was a difference when Michael was playing.
Yeah, once he started winning, I'm not going to, like, dismiss his first, 5-6 years that he didn't win.
He had to work to get to where he was at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when he got to where he was at, he put in the work and did work.
Yeah. Yeah. Got to the top and stayed there.
Yes, sir. That's the difference between him and LeBron. The bum.
No.
You know what I mean?
No. I ain't gonna slander that, man.
LeBron likes to team surf, star chase, talk about I'm the king, I'm the greatest,
I think that's just the era, man. Like, I feel like a lot of these guys, like, it's rare to see a guy, like, stick with the team. It's not, I don't want to say it like that. It's just, this, I don't know, the player empowerment movement, it's just, it is what it is with that, The era is like, I feel like a lot of these guys back then would have done stuff. I think guys would have teamed up with each other if it was in the CBA to, be able to. I love these OGs talking about, oh, that wasn't how we played. Like, yeah, because y'all didn't have the opportunity to. You don't know what you would have done. If you put Charles Barkley on those Bulls, what, do they lose a game? You know what I mean? Like, like you put Shaq on those Bulls, like, you know what I mean? Like, come on.
My God.
And Shaq said that. Shaq said he wouldn't have gone to Chicago had he had, like, the opportunity to do it. So,
dude,
I'm just like,
I would have hated to see that because I never wanted Shaq to leave Orlando. There's a thing.
Yeah.
Some of these guys don't like being the big fish in a little pond. They want to be the big shark in the ocean. Like, hey, man, I know Orlando's not a big market, but it's a good place to play, dude.
Yeah.
For a little while, it was a good place to play. Then, I can't really get down with the ownership because I personally don't think they care about the team. I mean, now they're going in a different direction. Things are moving in a better direction as far as the Magic are concerned, but I didn't want Shaq to leave the Magic back then. I would have hated to see him in Chicago. But a lot of those guys back then, unlike today, all of them weren't friends. You had a certain group that were friends.
Yeah.
And that group was kind of small, but most of them really didn't like each other, dude.
That's fair.
It was about winning. Nowadays everybody's all huggy, kissy. We all got trophies.
There's an element of the participation trophy thing. Everybody gets an award. There's an element of that in this era, but I don't know. It's just one of those things. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see guys stick with their teams and build it like how the Warriors did it. Like, they built it through the draft and, granted, Kevin Durant came later, but they had already won with that.
They had already
unit.
won. They had already proven themselves then, yes.
Yeah. But I mean,
Like, that's why I
this is one of
respect
those
what the
things.
Warriors have done. That's
Mhm.
why I'm such a Steph Curry fan.
Yeah.
It's just that LeBron, had he stayed in Cleveland, if he is the player that everyone says he is, because again, I'm not a fan. I mean, I commend the things he's accomplished. I'm just not a fan. But
True.
you could have stayed in Cleveland and drew talent to Cleveland, because didn't Kyrie come join him in Cleveland?
Well,
You know, some of the
Kyrie got there when he left for Miami. They were like the worst team. They were like a high school team at that point.
Okay, yeah. You know,
Kyrie was
you
the
still
number
could have
one pick.
brought talent over there. And either way, he
No.
still had talent on his team when he was in Cleveland. I don't want to hear that shit, oh, those players suck and blah, blah, blah. You don't win 60-something games with shitty players, all right? So let's just stop with the bullshit. LeBron's a bum. He's not in my top. He'll never be in any of my top fives. Any. Ever. You ain't no king, LeBron. You ain't no king. You ain't no king. Not in my book.
I got Brian in there. I put him in the top 5. He's in the top 3 for me, but he's just not number 1, and that's okay. That is
I put him in the
okay.
top 5. I put him in the top 5 bitch-made niggas. That's where LeBron is in my list. Bitch-made niggas. Nothing personal, LeBron. I just don't like you. But if they want to do a Space Jam 3 together, we can talk.
Space Jam 3. I didn't love the Space Jam movie.
I didn't bother to watch it. I watched it.
I didn't love it. It's not. I mean, it's not the acting or anything. It's just it's hard to recreate what the first one was. Michael Jordan is a terrible actor, but that movie was still iconic. You know, it was kind of hard to replicate. But shout out to LeBron for giving it a shot.
Yeah, man. Yeah, folks, feel free to share your top 5 with us.
Mm-hmm.
We'd love to see what it is.
Oh, yeah.
And surfing on to the NBA playoffs, I must congratulate the Miami Heat.
Yes, sir.
I believe you did call it. Were we recording when you mentioned that, or were we just having a conversation off it?
We might have been recording.
Okay, yeah, so I guess you called it, bro.
Now, I always said that, man. We're a tough matchup for Milwaukee. I mean, the year they swept us, they won the title. I get that, but we beat them in a bubble as well. And like we were like the first team that had that blueprint on how to stop Giannis. You build that wall, make other guys beat you.
Well,
I'm gonna
this
give
series,
Miami.
they couldn't stop Giannis. This series, they couldn't stop Giannis. I was just disappointed in guys like Middleton, guys like Holiday, and guys like Lopez. Now, here's, I think I might have had this discussion with you, but I was also having this discussion with my wife. I miss the days of big boy ball, where your big man back to the basket, posting up the smaller dude. If they came to double, that left at least one of your shooters open. And in a league today where the 3-point shot is something everybody likes to toss up, why wasn't Milwaukee posting up Lopez more often? Because Miami didn't have the bodies to guard him. Why wasn't Giannis? I mean, granted, Giannis put up numbers. I mean, there's nothing more Giannis could have done, but why not post him up so he can set up some of those shooters too? I didn't see any of that. You knew Jimmy Butler was the only one that was going to light you up, and you couldn't do anything.
I will say this about Giannis. As much as I love Giannis and as great as he is, his free throw shooting
is terrible.
The main issue. Had he made half of his free throws, they win that game easy. They win.
I say that about the Dwight Howard of the Magic, dude. I say that about Dwight Howard of the Magic.
If Giannis's free throw shoot, like that's something he needs to like, because that's like the only real thing with his game that you could really point out and be like, that's that didn't hurt you. as far as your assessment of Middleton and Drew, like Drew, I felt like Drew was getting work the whole series. Like I think that was the coaching blunder. Like at this point, Drew can't stop Jimmy. Put somebody else on him.
No, absolutely.
And Middleton, I feel like Middleton might be on his way out. Like there's nothing against Middleton, but he's got an option going into next year. They got to do something different with this Milwaukee team. Like, because as good as they were in the regular season, like to go out this way, and it's not like it was a close 7-game tough fought series. Like, dude, that was a gentleman's sweep. Like, hell, had Miami come to play game 2, they might have swept them. Like, it's just,
like
I don't know.
When Giannis got hurt, I was worried. I was like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
He came back. He was a little iffy the first game he came back, but he finished off strong.
Yeah.
But nobody else, again, no one else came to play. At least not in my opinion. No one else. I don't remember what the numbers are with some of those other dudes, but when all you're talking about is Giannis's numbers, that tells me no one else came to play.
And
when I'm watching Miami, like Jimmy B was just,
yeah,
buddy.
He was on fire, man. And Jimmy was in a rhythm. God. Jimmy in a rhythm is a problem for any team because he makes the right plays.
Yes, and when he started hitting threes, I'm like, okay, there's no way. There's no way Milwaukee comes back to win this at all. No way. Now, I will say this, Giannis, at the end of the series, if we can pull this up, I believe is gracious in losing. And I believe there should be a ton of folks, especially parents who have kids in sports, should watch this. I pulled this off of TikTok here.
Every parent, teacher, coach, and athlete needs to watch this video immediately. After the #1 seed Milwaukee Bucks, led by Giannis, were shockingly defeated, a reporter asked the two-time MVP postgame if he viewed the season as a failure. And Giannis's thoughts on failure are amazing.
Do you view this season as a failure?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Okay, because I'm not that... You asked me the same question last year, Eric. Okay, do you get the promotion every year on your job? No, right? So every year you work is a failure. Yes or no? No. Every year you work towards something, towards a goal, right? Which is to get a promotion, to be able to take care of your family, to be able, provide the house for them or take care of your parents. You work towards a goal. It's not a failure. It's steps to success. And if you've never, I don't want to make it personal. So there's always steps to it. Michael Jordan played 15 years, won 6 championships. The other 9 years was a failure? That's what you're telling me?
Got him.
No, I'm asking you a question. Yes or no? Okay, exactly. So why are you asking me that question? It's a wrong question. There's no failure in sports. There's good days, bad days. Some days you are able to be successful. Some days you're not. Some days it's your turn. Some days it's not your turn. And that's what sports is about. You don't always win. Some other people's gonna win. And this year somebody else is gonna win. Simple as that. We're gonna come back next year, try to be better, try to build good habits, try to play better, not have a 10-day stretch with playing bad basketball. And hopefully we can win a championship. So 50 years from 1971 to 2021 that we didn't win a championship, it was 50 years of failures? No, it was not. It was steps to it, and we were able to win one.
Amen to that, brother.
Hopefully we can win another one.
Amen to that.
Okay, so I got thoughts on that.
Yeah, go ahead, brother. Your thoughts?
Okay, I agree with what Giannis is saying on a humanity level, but the Milwaukee Bucks were the #1 seed in the entire NBA. They got gentlemen swept out of the first round. This season was a failure. I understand what Giannis is saying as a whole and in general and in life. Perfect. Love it. Love what he was talking about. I love how he broke it down. But as far as there not being failures in sports, yeah, there is, because there was an expectation for y'all to compete for a title and you're out in the first round. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. The Houston Rockets season was not a failure. They're not competing for anything. Milwaukee's competing for titles. You got the best player in the world. And y'all out. It wasn't even competitive, really, in the first round, you know? So, I understand what he's saying. I agree in light. But as far as the argument that this season wasn't that, there's no other way to look at it. Like, the Brooklyn Nets the last couple of years with KD and Kyrie, that was a failed experiment because they got nothing done, you know? I'm not putting this at Giannis's feet as far as them not winning. I honestly feel like he's a coach. I'm not calling for Budenholzer to lose his job or anything. I'm just saying that.
And he also had no help.
He's done this before. Like, they've had series and games that they've lost where coaching is questionable. Like, Miami goes on an 11-0 run. Call a timeout, dude, at some point. Like, you got to stop this from, you know what I mean? Jimmy's going crazy. You need to, like, help your guys out. But, like I said, in the general sense of what Giannis was getting at, I definitely agree. Like, it was beautiful. It was poignant, and it was intelligent, and it was well articulated. But as far as the sports term of it, with the expectations that the Milwaukee Bucks went into this postseason, went into the season having, for it to end this way, come on, man. There's no other way to look at it. It's, you know.
No, I see what you're saying. I see your point in that. I definitely see your point in that. Now, moving on to the other series, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Memphis Grizzlies.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. I could have swore that the Memphis Grizzlies were good in the West.
Nah, I'm fine in the West.
That's what I heard all year. They were good in the West. Good enough to be out in the first round. Crazy.
Dillon Brooks has put out a statement after this loss that I want to share with everyone here. And here is Dillon Brooks's.
Dillon the villain. This deal.
You still think I'm old? No, Mr. James. Now who's your daddy? You're my daddy. That's right. And who tucks pickle? I tuck pickle. Yeah, you do. Now get out of here. And tell your mark-ass teammates if they want some, they can get it too. Bronny, let's go. You think it's cool beating up high school kids? No!
And yes, you did show us what a big piece of shit you are, Dillon Brooks.
Wow.
You are the biggest piece of shit to ever grace the NBA.
Listen.
What are those things? What are those things hanging off his forehead? Man bangs? Is that what that is?
Listen, Dillon Brooks, I think needs to be investigated, bro. Because I wonder if he was betting on the Lakers to win, or if he's like a secret informant for the Lakers. Because when he's on the court, it is not to Memphis's benefit. When he leaves the court, all of a sudden Memphis can function as a well-oiled machine. Luke Kennard should have been getting those minutes. Honestly, I don't understand why Dillon Brooks is in the starting lineup. 1, 2, I look at the box score, bro. Like, why is he shooting so much?
Yeah.
Why? Like, what is that? What is that about? And you know what? I don't want to just sit here and shit all over Dillon Brooks, even though he definitely deserves it. But my thing is, you are talked about for all the wrong reasons, bro. Like, nobody's talking about you in a good light or anything about your game. They're just talking about how you always running your mouth and you ain't backing. And all you're doing is making the opposing teams go at y'all even harder. Like,
exactly.
Shout out to Dillon Brooks. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, wow.
Piece of shit.
He ain't gonna respect LeBron until he give him 40. Are you serious, dude?
Look, you know me, I'm not a LeBron fan, but
like, come on.
But
that's crazy talk.
I was rooting for LeBron. I was rooting for LeBron in that one. I definitely was rooting for LeBron in that one.
I still go back to that. Like, they're good in the West. That's why I keep hearing that in my head, knowing that they're out in the first round. Like,
surfing on into the NFL draft. Yes. Now, I'm gonna defer to you, since I don't really watch college ball, and I know you kind of follow up on some of these college players. How do you feel the Giants did so far in this draft? Because I think we've drafted like 4 players so far.
Brian Daboll, the head trust at New York Giants. I love what they're doing. I love Banks, the Maryland corner. I think like he's a big physical corner, 6'2", 205, runs a 4.3, 840, like blazing speed. Good tackler, you know, and he's like I said, he's got it in between the years. Like he's got the right mentality. He wants to get better, you know. Good kid from all accounts. Yeah.
Physically, he reminds me of Sherman.
He's
speed-wise,
and they're like, I know the knock on him is his playmaking per se, but I feel like some of that stuff will come as he, you know, plays more. And in college, the game is so spread out. There might be times where a dude might not get a ball thrown at him. I wouldn't call that a necessary lockdown. It's just dependent on the schemes, you know. He played good ball. His tape looks really phenomenal. Like, obviously, nobody knows what anybody's going to turn out to be. But looking at his physical traits and the tape that he's put out there, this was a solid pick. Beyond solid, like, this was a beautiful pick. It was a need, and it was one of the best cover corners in this draft. And I love that we moved up, even though it was just a spot. Who knows what anybody else behind us might have done had we not done it. So, love that pick. Welcome to New York, Dante Banks. Excited for you.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the Giants.
Center from Minnesota.
My question is our second pick that we made. That is the center. I love that we made a move. I love that we made a move for the offensive line.
Yeah.
I saw his highlights. He looks really good.
Yeah.
Do you?
Oh yeah, he walks in. He's a starter day one.
Absolutely going to be a starter.
The comp
day
for
one.
him is Creed Humphrey from the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm sorry, All-Pro center for the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs, Creed Humphrey. That's his comp. I'm not saying that he's going to be that, but looking at his stature, his blocking ability, he can, you know, control the line. Like, that's a big job. The center's job is a huge job. Like, you're like essentially making sure the tackles, the guards are doing what they need to be doing. You're calling out the blocks, the assignments. Like, it's a lot to put on a rook, but I feel like he walks in, he's the day one starter. Like, if he doesn't start day one, that sums up. Either he's hurt or something's wrong or we missed it. But look, I had him ranked. It's John Michael Schmitz. I had him ranked.
What's his name again?
From, like, obviously I'm not, you know, a draft aficionado or whatnot, but from what the mocks that I've seen and the tape and the plays and, you know, and the games that I've watched, I had him as the best center in this draft. One of the 2 or 3 best interior linemen in this draft. So to get him late in the second was, again, beautiful pick. Yes. Another day one starter. So the third round, this one is the good one. So we moved up.
Awesome.
If I'm not mistaken, we moved up 16 spots. Traded like a fifth or something to get Jalen Hyatt out of Tennessee. Now, I love Jalen Hyatt. I was of the mind, because of the way that things were being mocked, that he might have been a first or a second round pick. So I'm like, I don't know that I would draft him in the first, considering our need for corner. I don't know if I draft him in the second, considering our need for center. But I'm like, if he's there in the third, a bunch of teams have messed up, and the Giants jumped on that quick. They said that Brian Daboll made this call. Like, I guess he told Sean, like, we got to go get him. Like, what can we, you know, like, what can we maneuver to go up and get him? And, like, the kid's a burner. Now, is he
I trust
Marvin
Daboll.
Harrison with the routes?
I trust Daboll.
Not yet. But as far as, like, 6 foot, around 190, 195, super fast, like, deep ball catcher. And I mean, it's going to keep the defense honest. Like, they're not going to be able to load the box when you got him, Darren Waller in the middle, Darius Slayton on the other outside, Sterling Shepard, Wandale Robinson, whoever it ends up being in the slot, Paris Campbell possibly. Like, it's going to keep the defense honest to have a dude that can take the top off of your defense. Like, Jalen Hyatt, I'm predicting will be our #1 receiver by the end of this year. And that's no knock on anybody else. I think he has that kind of potential. And it's crazy because I felt like with him, with Jalen and Cedric Tillman, the 2 Tennessee Volunteers receivers, I thought them both being there, I think that we picked the right one. I love Tillman as well, 6'3", 210. You know, he's more like a bigger, more physical kind of receiver. Like, I like that option as well. Yeah. Like, I like that option, but I felt like we drafted the one that fits what we do better. And like you said, I trust Daboll, and the fact that he's like, we need to go up and get him. Like, I feel like Daboll's got something special in store for this kid. So, again, and as far as value, like, we obviously need more pass catchers. We need more offensive weapons. This kid is a big play. He's a big play threat every time he's on the field. Like, he can take the top off of your defense, like, in a heartbeat. So, as far as the value and just where we got him, beautiful pick.
Good.
It's exciting to be a Giants fan, man. It's exciting to be, like, we got guys in there that know.
Oh, man. You have no, and I saw our most recent pick, the running back out of Oklahoma, Eric Gray. I saw his highlights. And then I saw Daboll's reaction to them drafting.
Oh, he's under contract at least for this year. Hopefully they work out that long-term extension.
Okay. But, with him and Saquon and Daboll's scheme.
Oh, yeah.
I'd have to say I'm kind of happy with where the offense is going. I hope we make more additions.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm super happy.
I'm very excited. Very.
How things are falling into place for them right now. So I hope. So welcome these young fellas. I don't know where we're at the draft right now, but I just want to welcome these young fellas to the New York Giants.
Congratulations to all the draftees this year.
Looking forward to big things.
I'm just like, my favorite part of the draft is watching these kids with their families and those reactions. Like, I always say, like, that's got to be the coolest thing in the world. It's like, you've literally been working for this your whole life at this point, and you got there. Like, you get up there, you got your hat, you can, hug the commissioner. I seen a couple of guys had handshakes with the commissioner. I was like, that's crazy. They even worked out handshakes. That's dope. Like, that's such a cool moment.
Oh, yeah. And how does the commissioner remember all these handshakes with all these kids? You got to give it to the commissioner. I don't like some of the other things that he does, but doing that, dude, I can't. I wouldn't be able to remember that. After the first 2
and I don't want to just stick with the Giants part of it. Like, I thought we had a great draft. Them goddamn Eagles, man. Yeah. Them goddamn Eagles. They're just building Georgia North, bro. That's all they're doing.
Yes,
the whole Georgia defense is on their team at this point. They even got Keely Ringo, the corner from Georgia. They got him now, too. They're just Georgia North.
I think Philly, now I don't want to make predictions this early, but seeing where Philly is at right now, seeing how they're loading up right now, I think they're going to be right back.
Yeah, they're going to be tough, man.
If they all stay healthy. If all works out well, they stay healthy.
Yeah.
Now, I want us to be the ones competing to go. And if it happens to fall that way, you know who I'm rooting for. But seeing the way they're loading up, like some of these guys,
they got arguably the best player in the draft, and
they're monsters, bro.
What's his name? God, I can't remember his name. Jalen Carter. A lot of people saying he's the best player.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then getting Nolan Smith at the end of it.
You know, he's got something to prove too, man. Yeah.
That one kind of hurt my heart a little bit.
It's like,
well.
I was watching all I was watching all their highlights and seeing how those kids play. They're going to make an impact immediately, which is why I always worry about the Giants because
it's true.
I need our offensive line to hold up against those monsters there. Because we just gave Danny Jones a ton of money. We need Danny Jones to stay upright to make plays.
We did smart moves though.
So let's just hope
we got
we
an
can
anchor
compete
for
with some of
the
those monsters,
interior
man.
line, you know, with Schmitz. I feel like we got our bookend tackles. Like Andrew Thomas is already elite. I feel like Evan Neal is definitely going to be better this year. Because Andrew Thomas is coming out and saying that it's like his rookie year wasn't as bad as mine. And look where I'm at type shit, you know? So Evan Neal is going to definitely, as far as our guards, like I know we drafted a couple guys last year that, you know, possibly could slide in there. I feel good about the line as far as protection. My thing is the run blocking, keeping defenses honest. Like, as good as Philly's defense is, you know they want to get after the passer. You know that's what they want to do. So we just have to be able to, you know, keep them honest. And, like, they're going to be tough, man. They were in the Super Bowl last year. Like, I feel like they didn't take a step back. Yeah, they didn't take a step back or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, they were. And you know they want to go back.
Howie Roseman's a beast, man.
Yeah, you know they want to go back.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, look at the money they gave Jalen Hurts. Look at the way they're loading up. I mean, you know they want to go back, which is why I'm hoping we're doing. You know, seeing the way Dable is reacting throughout this draft is letting me know that they're making all the necessary moves that they need to make. Because, I mean, we made the playoffs.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we expect nothing less than the playoffs
about the season, man.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, folks, you know,
Congrats
again,
to all you guys.
I want to welcome all the young fellas to the NFL. Congratulations to all of you.
Yes, welcome.
And especially all the players
welcome to Big
who have
Blue,
joined
baby.
the New York Giants. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And for those of you listening, please like, subscribe, share, let everyone know. If you guys are looking to get any artwork done, please hit my nephew Nathaniel up at Levity Creations. You'll see his info up on our social media.
Yes, sir. And be sure to check out NISH, the producer of our intro and outro track. It's called Trap Sex. You can find his music on YouTube and SoundCloud. Give him a shout.
Yes, sir. That's all the time we have, folks. Thanks again for joining us. This is Marcus. I'm Al. Peace.
Peace.